We're now going to talk about the separation exercise. Now, in your warm-ups, it's really important that you don't just physically warm your horse up. You also want to test his mind and his emotions, and this exercise is great to get some of that done. So what you'll find is the easiest way to get this exercise working for you is to use not just your lead rope, but to either use a stick and string or your stick and flag. These are good tools for you to use. Now, the reason we use them, they're an extension of the body, okay? They're not meant to work like a whip, okay? They're meant to be an extension. Now, what I like about the stick and string is you can speed this up real easy and you can reach to the horse, but then you can slow it down and you can pull back, okay? If you need to use it in a close area, you can use just the stick by holding the string up. So the stick and string provide you with length, and they provide you with speed. And when you come around here, it kind of makes a ringing noise here that can sometimes be a little startling to a horse and something that you want to get him used to. Now, what I like about the flag here is it's more of an energy tool. I can really turn up energy and then I can turn energy down. So sometimes it's hard for people to fluctuate their own energy. So with the use of the flag, it's a good tool to be able to provide some of that energy for you and be able to bring that down. Now, the reason this is important is when you're riding your horse sometimes, even if you have plans of staying quiet with your horse, sometimes energy will come to you and will be put into the world that you are in with your horse, okay? So let's say you're out riding, okay, and it's real nice and quiet, but then say a turkey were to fly out of the bush or someone were to ride up on you from down the trail, maybe have a dog or a llama or who knows what you come across out there, a four-wheeler. That's energy that's coming into your world, okay? And if that's the first time that day or year or week that horse has been introduced to any sort of energy that he's not comfortable with, you might find that things don't work out so well for you. So I can understand that you want to keep your horses quiet, but you'll find that if you can add some energy into their world, let them know how to understand and adjust to energy fluctuations, that they're probably going to stay much more quiet consistently while you ride them, and this is going to keep your confidence up and help them with their confidence as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with the stick and string. Now with the stick and string here, the first part of the separation exercise is to get your horse to just stand with the stick and string. Okay, so I'm just going to take this stick and string and just whip it around here onto the ground. Now he's pretty good there, but let's say your horse were to jump around. Maybe you could step back a little farther. You could just go a little quieter. Maybe you could just go back and forth. Okay, wherever your horse is at, you just adjust for the situation. But eventually what I'd like to see is that my horse can handle this pressure all the way down by the side of him. I want to be able to see if I can go over the top of him and have him just kind of relax. Now, if he's had some time off, okay, or he hasn't ever done this before, he might jump around quite a bit. You simply just wait until he stands, then you release that pressure. What you don't want to do is say, have him, I'm going to put him in motion here. Now, if he were to go here and you're swinging this around, you wouldn't want to stop that while he's going to get him to stop. You'd maybe just pull some of this energy back, wiggle this rope, and kind of interfere with that movement until he finds a place to stop. If he's really bad, you can maybe go closer to the fence and let him send to the fence, and as he approaches the fence, that will help slow him down. But as you do this a few times, you'd be surprised how good your horse can get with this. All right. The other half of this, and why it becomes a mental and emotional exercise, is you're going to take the same tool that you got that technically should be scary to your horse. Okay, you're going to use this first to get him to stand, but then you're going to use it to get him to move. And what it does is it gets the horse to read a situation. And the other half of this is it helps you get to where you can create situations and also read with them. Okay, and this is very important when you get out and you start riding your horses. Okay, you have to be able to create situations, you have to be able to read situations, and you have to be able to adapt and change with them. So learning something like this is going to be very important for you. So now I'm going to offer with my phases just like we did before in the sending, but I'm going to have him go off the stick. But you're going to find he's probably not going to want to move from the sticks. You're going to have to help him a little bit. And as you repeat this exercise, you'll see that your horse will get better and better at reading. So I'm going to lead it, lift it, swing it. Now he's going to see he wants to stand, okay? So now I'm going to touch him a little bit, touch him a little bit, touch him a little bit, and just send him off, okay? You don't have to touch him hard, but you do want to make sure that your horse can not only accept the touch, but do something with it, okay? You could be riding down the trail, a tree branch could touch your horse, another horse could pass you and brush him. He needs to understand how to be touched and not panic about these things and use them in a positive way, okay? That's another part of this exercise, okay? Now I'm going to stop him by bending, pushing that hind quarters. And I'm going to bring this around, have him stand. I'm going to see if he can read my body language better. Lead it, lift it, swing it. There, see how he got there just ahead of that. Just ahead of that pressure. That was very good. So that time I won't touch him. Okay, I'll bend him and stop him. Swing here, touch the ground. Then I'm going to offer 1, 2, 3. Good. See, that time he just rolled out. It wasn't a big deal. So part of this is allowing your horse to make a mistake. Okay, you don't want just a perfect warm-up. That first time he missed the signal, and that's good. I want to see some of that during my warm-up. I want him to question this a little bit so that I know that him and I can work through things later. Because there's going to be question marks that show up later in the day, and if he's not ready for them and I'm not ready for them, and we don't have any experience working together, things might not end up so good for either one of us. So these are skills that we're developing, not just little exercises. These are skills. You know, is he just really relaxing there? He's getting quiet. I'm liking to see as we do a little more, he's just getting quieter and quieter. Good, we'll stop him. Then maybe I'll just send him off this other way. Lead, lift, swing, get ready to touch, and he just sends right off. And here, lead, lift, swing, he sends. Very good. Now I'm going to stop him and see if he can just take the stick and string and not go. But notice my body language changes. The reason he's going to know the difference is this lead rope is not activating. Okay, when I say activate, it's loose. See the droop in that lead? Okay, when I activate, I'm going to pick this lead rope up and touch the halter. And this is such an important thing for you to learn, especially say in the trail loading or getting your horse to cross obstacles. There should be an activation here and it should move, see there, his feet as I do that. So I'm going to activate his feet like that. Now if there is no activation there, he should just stand. So that's something you want to pay real close attention to, especially when you're doing an exercise like this. So if I reach up here and pull, he should activate. But if I'm here, he should be still. So you might say, well, what does that do for me? It says, well, later if you're riding this horse, okay, if you were to pull on that rein, he should activate. If you didn't pull on that rein, ideally he wouldn't activate. Then once he goes, you can go ahead and release that line. Very good. Okay, so now we're going to switch over to the flag and see if we can see any difference in this horse with that.